Hey everybody, this is Cody Knight 22 here. Welcome to Cody Talks Fandom, episode number 28? Yeah, sure. Episode number 28. I don't actually remember what episode number this is. This episode, it's going to be another interview episode. Pretty much from here on out, you can expect every other episode to be an interview episode. Why? I like interviewing people. And this one, I'm personally really excited about. I've been trying to get this person onto the show for roughly 18 centuries. And now they're on the show. So this person is the first person that I'm going to be having on this show that both has seen success in art and in writing as two separate things. On top of all that, they do stuff with music, and they're a Pokemon master. Everybody, please welcome onto the show, Majisuka, Rise from Shadows, or Haley to the show.
Thanks for having me, or you're welcome. Finally.
So, the story behind getting you onto the show, because I tell people this in like every single interview since I finally got you to agree to it, which I think since then has just been red and ivory. But so the story with trying to get Haley onto the show is that a very long time ago, before the Questmon interview, actually, this was how far back it was. I was trying to get people onto the show, obviously, and I asked 11 different people, and I got 11 different no's.
Ouch.
And the first person that I decided to turn to was somebody whom I was a very big fan of one of their stories. And they seemed like they would be a really interesting person to have onto the show. So the first person I turned to was Rise from Shadows. And they said no, and then I got 11 no's after that. So Haley, you cursed me. You cursed
I'm not
me
sorry.
into 11 no's. You're
I'm
not
not sorry.
sorry. Thank you. But I finally got Haley to agree to come onto the show in what everybody says was a completely underhanded way, but I don't give a shit. But now you're on the show. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. And I'm even more excited because the people rallied and you have the most questions out of anybody that's ever been on the show.
I hate them all.
I love them all. The people are great.
For the people.
For the people. So to put this into numbers, there are 32 different questions today. And actually, most of the questions will require a little bit more in terms of answering because, as I said, you do both art and writing in terms of the RWBY fandom.
More or less.
Yeah, and
I
outside
don't
of
write
that, you
so
also
much
do music.
lately.
You have not written,
But not for RWBY
much
or
at all.
anything. Huh?
You have not written much at all recently, but I don't think you've written actually anything recently. But or at least what you've seen. Or at
I
least what
have
we've
written
seen.
some, but it's not finished.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So we haven't seen it yet. Of course, there's RWBY art, and that you churn out at a fairly decent rate. And lots of RWBY rock stuff. I went into your art tag to find the two pictures that you will see on the bottom corners of your screen. But so most of these questions actually will require a little bit more to answer it from. So in theory, you should have the longest interview. But
Oh,
you're
great.
going to try and weasel your way out of that. So I have full faith in that.
Yeah, because I love talking just so much.
Yeah, as is evidenced by the fact that I've done most of the talking so far. And I'm sure that will continue. But let's get started with the actual question portion of the interview. And question number one, how did you first discover RWBY?
It was a recommended video on YouTube, actually. The red trailer. I think that was around the time the white trailer came out. So I've been in this fandom for a while.
Wow. Yeah, that is quite some time. Recommended video. I got to give you full credit. That's the first time that somebody has come onto the show and had that be the reason. The video got recommended to me by YouTube. So congratulations. Oh, I also didn't mention this. You're also the first person to be interviewed under the new name of the show.
Which
Cody
is?
Talks Fandom. Cody Talks Fandom.
Oh,
So
okay.
And you're very
I feel
fitting
so
for that.
special. I feel so
you're-
special.
You're also very fitting for that because you do both art and you do both fan art and fan fiction. So it's like two areas of the fandom. You're very fitting. You're a fitting person to have on under the new name.
I'm glad.
Congratulations, Haley. You're a lot of firsts. You're also the first person to say no and eventually come onto the show, anyways. You're just like, I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit about anything, but well,
What about Cinder, the guitar?
It's so pretty.
It is. It's a very pretty guitar. I may have accidentally slimmed down parts of Cinder, making that image transparent. I'm just...
How dare you?
Some chunks were taken out. Very, very little chunks, but... Whoops. What was the first RWBY fanfiction and RWBY artwork you remember reading/seeing?
Fanfiction. It was probably one of Hana's stories. Hana Sakushiji on Tumblr. She writes a lot. And I've been following her on fanfiction.net for a few years, longer than RWBY. So naturally that showed up in my feed. And fan art. I don't know exactly which one it was, but it was definitely one of Wise Rabbits, because she was also one of the people whom I have known longer than RWBY. She was part of the Furberry/Glee fandom back in the day.
RIP.
Yeah, RIP. Thank God.
Is that show even still going on?
I think they're in the last season right now.
Okay, I know that they announced that they're in the last season after Monteith died. After Corey Monteith died, but...
Well, they're finally free.
Finally free. And we are all finally free of the memories.
Not necessarily.
Well, the first season was good.
The second was alright too. The third one started great with Punkwin and all that, but... Good
The music for the third season, I think, was the best music, but, you know.
I don't remember it.
Smooth Criminal was in that season. That's the big one that I remember.
Right. Yeah.
And that's a fantastic cover of that song. All right.
That was pretty neat, yeah.
But back to RWBY. Speaking of problematic shows, back to RWBY. What made you decide to write/draw for RWBY?
I liked the characters, the designs, and they just spoke to me, more or less. I can't really describe it. Can you tell I don't talk much, usually? Because I don't.
I can, actually. It's very evident, just kind of like you talk quiet. I mean, I've had a fair variety of people onto the show, and it's like, right now, like, Dash would be, like, the closest I can think of in terms of that, because it's just, like, giving shorter answers and stuff, and even Red wanted to elaborate on things.
Red talks a lot.
Red does talk a lot, but Red is also adorable.
That's true.
Red is just an adorable person. It was like... That interview is still the longest one. 3 hours.
She squeals a lot and makes a lot of noise.
She does indeed, especially with her hand movements. That's something I noticed in editing.
Yeah.
Lots of banging. Although most of that 3 hours was cut out because it was Carmilla, not RWBY. Loud screaming about Carmilla.
It's a good show. It's a good show.
I love Carmilla.
To be fair. Yeah.
I'm excited. Season 2.
Same.
What's your favorite AU to create for? I said create because, I didn't know what to go write or draw, so I said, what's your favorite AU to create for?
Well, to draw for, it's obviously RWBY Rock. Obviously. I started writing a RWBY Rock fan, what was I going to say? A one-shot, which has yet to be finished. But other than that... probably my own, Witch's Apprentice.
All right. Witch's Apprentice, by the way, that's the 2 pictures that you are seeing on screen. The Cinder, whose hair and cloak are the exact same color as the other background that you used for that.
I could have sent you the pictures without the background.
Fuck.
Just so you know.
God damn it. I always want to ask artists too. Whenever I have them.
Wait. Actually, I can't.
Okay, yeah.
They're long
gone. I was
gone.
afraid that's gonna happen, and I don't want them to exert anything more. Also, I think Cinder's wearing a cloak. I don't actually know.
It is.
Okay,
it just doesn't have a hood. So.
Yeah, it's just that the shading looked different, and her hair and the cloak, same color. The background also the same color. I was like, what is this? I had zoomed in all the way on Pixar.
I apologize.
And I was just like straining my eyes. I'm like, what the fuck? God damn it, Haley.
Sorry.
Also, normally there's black flames like coming out of RWBY in that one. and I wanted to leave those there, it just looked weird as fuck. It looked like a mistake. And I was like, I have to get rid of these. So that made me sad. But yes, both of those are from The Witch's Apprentice AU, which is it's good. 2 chapters in, I think, still.
3 next week.
3 next... Hey! Everybody getting really excited for that. Next one is the first user-submitted question of actually several. Why do you like the Ruby Rock AU so much? And what's your favorite ship to draw in this AU? And this is from Arissa Chan on YouTube.
I saw that one.
You're not supposed to look, Kelly.
I'm sorry. Why do I like it so much? Because first of all, I'm a musician myself. So obviously that one. And have you seen the character designs? They're all hot. Like Red's Blake is just wow. So mostly because they're just hot. I love hot people. And tattoos. Tattoos are awesome.
Tattoos do look cool as fuck. I love your logic there. Just they're hot. Like that's all you need to convince me. I will literally do anything as long as all the people are hot. Also, the second part of that, what's your favorite ship to draw in the AU? All
right. I want to say Ladybug because I think that's actually the ship I've drawn most of in general. But Hellcat, Cinder, and Blake. You can expect some more of that in the future.
More Cinder and Blake. Funny you say that looking down the list of questions. But who's your favorite character?
Cinder and Blake tied, kind of. I can't decide.
No, you don't have to decide. Look,
so that's why I ship them together, because I don't have to decide.
If I ship them together, they don't ever have to be apart.
Exactly.
Wow. Alrighty then. Great answer. What is your favorite ship?
Monochrome. Definitely monochrome. I love angst, and it's the angstiest ship in the show. Easy as that.
All right. Part of me expected you to say Hellcat just because, but
nah. It's just monochrome is so angsty, and there are some. It depends. Ivory makes them angsty.
Ivory makes everything angsty.
Well, that's true. This
is Ivory. Speaking of
but
Ivory.
Also, oh god.
Wait, what were you gonna say?
No, it's all right. I forgot.
Okay then. Speaking of Ivory, this next question is another user-submitted question. What's it like shipping Blake Cinder now? And this one comes to us from the Ivory Tower Crumbles.
I fucking hate you. What's it like? How am I supposed to explain this? There isn't nearly enough fan art or fan fiction, and the only fan fiction is from Ivory. And it kind of sucks. Because I sort of feel like I have to make all the content myself if I don't want to wait. But they're so good together. Good looking, that is.
Do you just ship those two because
I like
these are the 2 hottest people in RWBY?
Yes. I'm very simple-minded.
Yeah, I was gonna say, everybody, welcome to Haley's priorities. This is how she decides things. Is it hot?
Yeah,
also, we all know that feel, but if you're gonna have only one person be the person to write for a ship, might as well have it be Ivory. Realistically speaking.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not like Ivory does a bad job ever.
It just hurts.
It hurts. That's okay. You can just make stuff for it.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of busy. I'm a busy person. Even though it doesn't really look like it, usually.
Nah, you just I don't know, you just show up to Tumblr for a little bit and then leave. It's that's it. Or you just hover. I don't actually know which one it is.
I'm always on Tumblr, even at work.
Now that's productivity.
I just can't get caught. Because then I'll be in trouble. Again.
Again. Next one, another user submitted. What's your favorite genre to read/write in? And this one is from Spade Kitten.
Oh, okay. Romance. Even though I have zero people skills at all. Like, I don't know shit about romance, but it's fun to read. And the supernatural stuff. That's always nice.
Like Dean? I don't know.
Not
That's the only character
the genre.
on that show. I literally know nothing about that show. I was gonna make that one joke. Dean. I know Dean. That's really it.
The only thing I know about that show is that people want that one. What's his name? Castiel or something? It's just gay. Everything's gay. Gay and salt.
Did you mean Ruby?
No, the supernatural.
Yeah, well.
But Ruby's pretty gay too.
Ruby is, in theory, it's pretty gay. The fandom's pretty gay.
That's true. That's true, definitely.
There's like a straight girl in the whole fandom.
Where?
Julie. Cinder's Fall on Tumblr.
It's
literally the only one.
Yeah, I know that one. Okay.
Literally the only one. I have been in this fandom for however many years. I've been in this fandom for like a year and a half now. And I made it a joking point. I'm like, I'm going to find the one straight girl in the RWBY fandom. And
Congratulations.
I did it. And it's literally, it's one. I still have yet to go up to two from there. Still one. God damn.
I think I might watch out for that in the future. Now that you've mentioned it. Find the straight girl.
It's really funny too because I wouldn't like when I'm talking to people, I'm not like, hey yo, you straight or not? It's like I didn't do that. It would just be like I got to know them a little bit more, and then I would just wait to find out. Of course, some people have it like right in their profiles and wherever I'm looking, but
yeah,
it's pretty funny though, just because I said it as a joke, and then after I said it, I realized how impossible it was and how like they just didn't exist. Anyways.
Find the straight girl.
Find the straight girl. It's like it's harder than Where's Waldo, I swear to God. What writer/stories/artist/art do you draw inspiration from? Some of these questions got a little bit clunky when I was modifying them.
Okay, inspiration. Is this... Can I stick to RWBY writers or...
You can stick to RWBY writers. You can go out of RWBY writer. I mean, you can it's kind of within the fandom and out of the fandom if you want it to be. It's just, where's your inspiration come from? What inspires you?
What inspires me? Looking at guitars. Nah,
I thought that was the serious answer for a second.
Not really, no. Maybe sometimes. But RWBY fandom-wise, I'd say I used to get a lot of inspiration from Wise Rabbit. Because she drew a lot of things of different AUs and all that. And her style changed lots of times, her coloring. But Red too, actually. I've seen her get better. It was nice.
Red's pretty incredible overall.
Yeah. Fanfiction wise, Hannah again.
every
She's my
episode.
senpai.
Everybody's senpai. Hannah's everybody's senpai.
She's my only senpai.
She's your only senpai.
I could sing. If I sing a song now, a short one, she's gonna hate me. There's that one song.
Just do it.
Oh no. Really?
Sure.
You're my senpai, my only senpai. That one. She's gonna kill me if she hears this. She's so.
I'll be sure to tag Hannah.
Don't you dare.
I wouldn't really do that. I'm too much of a little bitch.
Oh, she's gonna see it anyway.
You know what? Probably. If you reblog this, be a good Samaritan. And if you don't reblog it, I'm sure Chrissy will. It's fine.
She will?
It'll get. I mean, yeah. Chrissy likes my show.
That's true. I've noticed.
Chrissy follows me. It's all right. It's all good. What are some of your favorite writers / artists? Spade. This one is from Spade Kitten again.
Again. Well, Hannah, obviously. And Ivory, Amy. What's the name? Kokoro, double K, on Tumblr as well. Another monochrome AU. Artists too, right?
Yeah. Of course.
One of my favorite artists. Red again. Books and Weapons. It's just so cute.
I love all the Books and Weapons Ladybug doodles.
Yeah, there's so many of them. Also, Kino. I don't know. Kinsaibatsu 91 was it,
Yep.
I think.
You have that right. For whatever reason, I have this URL memorized.
Wise Rabbit, of course. Although she hasn't been around much lately.
Yeah.
Mike Tells. Then again, she doesn't really draw for RWBY anymore. But I really like her art style.
It doesn't specify within fandom, so I'm assuming you can break out of it.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't write this question. I was gonna say I don't write the questions, but then I realized.
Well, there's one artist in the AKB fandom, which is called I Am Nutty.
Oh,
It's a really cool, cute
I thought
style.
you said something else at first.
Well, that's it, really.
All right. Also, I'd like to point out once again, Hannah gets mentioned. I think that the last episode of Cody Talks Fan Fiction at the time that I did 27, that may be the only episode since I've been introduced to Hanasaka Shijin's writing that she hasn't been directly mentioned within an episode. I think that it's the first time. For whatever reason, she makes it into every single episode.
That's just because she's so great.
She is, and it's very, very convenient to reference her. Even in the art episode, I still managed to bring her in. Where I was just like, yeah, then you have Dashing Ice Cream, and, her and Hannah work together. Her and Hannah work together a lot. And I was like...
Oh, I forgot Dash.
Oh, yeah, Dash. Dash is pretty
Dashing art. Absolutely dashing art.
Dash,
So many great artists.
Dash still has the fucking Sprint ice cream bar as her icon. I can't believe how long. Every time I see it, I'm just like, I don't know if I did a good thing or a bad thing. It's like, I just don't know.
No, it's a good thing.
It's pretty funny. I'm satisfied.
It is. Good job.
Every single time I get this question. What's your favorite fan fiction and art piece, excluding your own? The ever so necessary excluding your own.
Favorite fanfiction? Hannah again. Gold. I cried so fucking much.
Gold was intense.
God. But also Emmy's Other Side, obviously. Everyone loves that one.
Everybody, yep. The first really successful fan fiction. I think it was the first one over 100 favorites, too.
Yeah. And there's one on fanfiction.net by XT Zealot, I think, called Reunion. I think it plays in the future AU.
I believe
That one's really great. 3 chapters and almost 40k words.
Jesus Christ. That's dedication.
Let's see. Favorite art piece. Should I link it to you?
Sure.
It's a Cinder one.
Of course it is.
Cinderfall. There's just flames everywhere, and I love the coloring.
It's not by Red. So,
It's not by Red, no.
Wrecked
It's
Red?
by Cursed Glass, actually. Here you go. I love the fire. The effect.
yeah, I remember this piece.
It's so pretty.
I also really like your tags. Ruby,
What did I-
Cinderfall, Fire, Fire.
Oh, that's a Flyleaf song. Do you know Flyleaf? Please tell me you know Flyleaf.
let's just say I'm not the most cultured with music, and leave it at
God
that
damn
before I
it.
get beat up. You don't beat me up. All right, moving on. Also, I always gotta ask this, even though I know the answer. Would you have said your own anything by you if I had excluding your own?
No, I wouldn't. I don't like him that much.
Yeah, I don't know why I still leave that there. Every single person. I figured that my best shot was either Chrissy or Ivory. Chrissy because it's Chrissy. Ivory because Ivory's so good, and both of them are like, I probably wouldn't have said something by myself. And I'm like, yeah. Well, no, I definitely wouldn't have said something by myself. But it's just like, I don't know why I still have that there. What are you most proud of creating?
What am I most proud of creating?
This one's from Spade Kitten again.
Again? God damn it.
Spade Kitten really jacked up the question count.
Damn you. I guess I could say the Witch's Apprentice AU because I put a lot of work into that. Then again,
It's a fantastic AU.
I put a lot more work into Of Crimson and Gold, which I'm not going to continue.
It's official? DC'd?
Yep.
Alright. Christ.
Since I lost all my notes and all that.
Oh, okay.
My MacBook is a piece of shit.
Just tell us, Yang and Blake, did they do the frickety frack?
In the end, yes.
Alright. Everybody rejoice, frickety frack is canon. So, one of those two things, alright? Oddly enough, you're only two stories, alright?
I'm also kind of proud of all my RWBY Rock art, I guess.
Yeah, the RWBY Rock art is...
That's the only AU I really stick with.
Yeah, I was browsing that tag the other day, and it's like, rock, Witch's Apprentice, rock, Witch's Apprentice, rock. Like, that's it. That's the art tag at this point.
Yeah, basically.
It's fantastic, though.
Thank you.
And this is the first time that I've done it for a while, but I'm going to say this just again. If I use a viewer-submitted question from a prior episode, I don't actually give credit to the person who submitted it again. I figure it's in prior episodes. You guys can look. So this is the first time that I've done that for a while. I've assimilated it. I know what that word means because of the grim adventures of Billy Mandy. Not even gonna lie. Aside from writing and music and drawing and music, is there any other medium that you express your creativity in? Are you any more talented?
I used to make some shitty AMVs. You can watch them on YouTube.
YouTube channel is Rise from Shadows, I think. Yes, it is. Rise from Shadows.
It is.
So, sure those are still there. They exist. I'll be sure to cover them in the AMV episode of Cody Talks Fandom.
Oh god, no. But they suck.
Well, I'll be the judge of that. How often do you encounter writer/artist block or general lack of motivation, and how do you manage to overcome it and continue writing/drawing such great works? And this one is from Noble Meta.
Well, considering I have writer's block right now, more or less. Oh my god, my dog. Pretty often, actually. I get lazy easily and bored. I get distracted easily, especially that one. So I try to get rid of my dog by giving him to my parents for a day or so, and just stick to a quiet room and just write what's on top of my head and see what I can do with it. Maybe something good will come out of it.
How do you deal with negative criticism?
I don't think I've gotten any.
Okay.
I think so. I probably just ignore it, to be honest. I don't really give a shit about these things.
All right.
Stop laughing.
It's just, I never anticipated getting that response from that question.
I told you I'm not all that popular. People don't care.
Well, I mean, stares at how many followers Crimson and Gold had before you took it down.
200-ish?
Yeah, that actually used to be in the top 25 for a brief period of time. Very brief, but yeah, it was up there.
Long ago.
Yeah. But then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
And by fire, you mean cinder.
Yep, exactly.
I'm still staring at the picture.
I still love. I just love that answer though. How do you deal with negative criticism? I don't think I've gotten any, but if I did, I wouldn't give a shit. It's like, you epitomize. There are only so few fucks to give.
Yeah.
And I just don't have any to give for this. Wait.
Huh?
Oh, I'm an intelligent person.
Are you sure?
There's only 31 questions, and
Wow.
I may have written the same one twice.
Wow.
Hey, 31. Damn
What a
it.
huge difference.
I mean, god damn it. I can't believe I wrote the same one twice. I even reviewed all of these just to see, like, oh, okay, well, maybe there's some... Damn it.
Do you get enough sleep?
I do. I mean, enough sleep is relative, right? So, I do.
Nah.
Damn it. What is your... Is it... Yeah, Wait, what? Oh, I would have skipped a question. Oh my god, I don't know what's wrong with me today. Alright, what is your personal favorite part about your writing/art?
My writing. I think I'm actually kind of proud of my written English. I don't make many grammar mistakes, so...
I would never have guessed you were German.
Thanks.
Which, by the way, Haley's German, in case you couldn't tell.
Hi. I'm German. Love me. My art. I like the fact that my lines are usually pretty clean. Yeah. And that my coloring has been getting better lately. Hopefully.
I think it has. It's kind of funny though that I have you on, because it's like Red talked about how much she loves her coloring, how much like Red loves the coloring, and you're like, I really love my lines. It's like, all right, this is
Red's coloring is great.
Red's coloring is fantastic. Are you surprised by the success of your writing/art?
Not so much by the art, more by the writing actually. I didn't expect it. Like, Witch's Apprentice got what, between 100 and 200 notes each chapter?
Let's find out. It's gonna take a while.
Blah blah.
Or is it?
Yep. 205 and 144.
No.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Why does 2 have 205 and 1 have 144? That bothers me.
How should I know?
Well, you wrote it. I don't know.
How should I know?
I don't know how that's connected. Of Crimson and Gold, chapters 1 through 11, 8 notes.
Because it's not tagged. Not really.
Shit. You're right. I also like, too, because I reblogged of Crimson and Gold. When you released it, you were just like, why would you reblog that? And I'm like, it's not going to matter. Nobody reads the stuff that I post, okay? Nobody's going to read anything that I reblog. You're fine. I think I reblogged it with Cody Talks Fan Fiction I must have. Because that's the only time I ever reblog writing, is if I tag it Cody Talks Fan Fiction, like if it belongs in that tag. So, I mean, I just did that because I mentioned it on the show prior. So I'm like, all right, well, it belongs here now. What do you do to get ready to write/draw?
Get rid of my dog. Like I said. I don't know. For drawing, I just try to... God damn it, he's annoying. No, seriously, that's kind of the only thing I do. Try to keep my dog distracted. So he's not going to distract me.
All right.
And then, try to have some peace and quiet. Because it would suck otherwise.
Step 1, get rid of all household pets.
Well, the others are dead, so...
Alrighty then. Well... Okay, moving on, because I don't think that there's a way to follow that one up. What are your general thoughts on your stories / art?
I think that if they were written by anyone else, not me, I would enjoy them a lot. Because, especially for Witch's Apprentice, I like the whole idea behind it of... Okay, I can't spoil here. Shit. No spoilers.
Well, I mean, you can spoil the 2 chapters that are out right now.
It's Cinder Ruby.
Yeah.
I love Cinder Ruby.
Trash.
It makes it kind of easy to like him.
Because so many great people do a lot of things for that. Between you have Kino doing art and Emmy doing writing.
We are all trash.
We are all trash. Everybody in the RWBY fandom is trash to some extent.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, it doesn't matter which trash ship. If it's one or if it's all of them. Stares at Chrissy.
Enabler.
Enabler. I mean, once you get that one, it's like all of them.
Yeah, it's the mothership.
It is.
Mother trash ship. It
is the mothership of trash ship. So bad. And then we might have Enabler version 2 coming up soon, because Winter is a character now.
Right, the sister.
Yep. I'm so worried for Enabler version 2. But
this is gonna be good.
But I'm even more mad because I made the joke when somebody was like, what would that ship even be called? I was like, Winter is Coming. CUMMING. I mean, if that became the name of the ship. But hopefully it won't happen, because we know this one's the sister going in, right? Like, now there's no way.
Winter is coming.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that took a while.
I love the delayed reaction.
Okay, I'm good.
All right. What is one thing that you wish that you could change about your art / stories looking back on it now?
I think it was you who said that I didn't flesh out my confrontations between characters.
Yes.
Yeah, that most of all, and less dialogue and more, what do you call it, story.
Feels? Oh.
I also really got to work on, writing emotions and all that. I really got to work on that.
I thought you did a good job of it.
As for art, my coloring still needs a lot of work. I like my lines most of the time.
Yeah. The lines are actually, your lines made it easier to, especially on RWBY. RWBY was the one that was really noticeable to make it transparent. I think I got pretty much everything with RWBY without really cutting into her too much. Yeah. I'm proud. I did a good job.
It'll probably take a while to get up to Red's level of coloring and all that. Especially since I'm not much of a patient person.
Yeah, well, it's also Red.
Yep.
Red is pretty fucking good. What have you learned from your art / stories?
What have I learned from them?
Yeah.
It takes a while to get better. Especially that. Then again, yeah, I found some of my really old RWBY art a while ago, which I'm not going to show you.
Or are you?
And the difference is astonishing. It was from, I don't know, 1.5 years ago, I think. A short comic. And just what I've learned. This will sound kind of cheesy and all that, but don't give up. You'll get better.
All right. Well, I mean, to be fair, that's like everybody at the end of this thing, because you've seen, I'm sure, some interviews before, at least a few, so you would know like what the last 2 questions are, because they're always the same. So I mean, the very last one, I tend to get the same answer and over again. So it's okay. You can cheese it here. Just don't cheese it for that one.
All right. Can I be an asshole then, or?
I mean, also, I'd like to point out, so you have the most questions by a fair amount as well. Well, actually, no, by one now because of my error. But 31 is the most, surpassing Dinas Emery's, who previously had the most at 30. 31 is now the most, so you now have the thing to beat. And I had like Chrissy's interview. We were like 20 minutes in and we gotten through 5 questions. He had Red's interview, which went great, and then it took us like another hour to answer 5 questions or whatever. And then you have you. We are now 23 questions, or we're about to be on the 23rd question, and we're like 40 minutes into the interview. Like, you're worse than Dash.
Awesome. I told you weren't going to get me to talk.
I mean, here's the thing, though, too. You're like, I'm not going to talk. Like, I'm just to spite you. I'm like, you didn't realize that it would probably, like, be worse for me if you were to talk a lot because I'm the one that edits this. But
so
no.
you just expect me to talk just to spite you, or?
Well, that's why you said you weren't going to talk.
Did I?
Yeah, initially at least.
Oh, well. I changed my mind a lot.
You got distracted.
That too, yeah.
You didn't get rid of the dog when you said that. Do you think art/writing gets easier with time, or now that you're more experienced, you find it harder to write than when you were younger and didn't know much?
I used to write a lot. Well, I still do in German, so it's harder to write in English. That's true, that much. And writing for RWBY used to be easy, I think. Back when I was writing of Crimson and Gold, I actually used to update pretty regularly.
Yep.
And now I don't.
Well, now you don't update that one at all.
Yeah, well, yeah, that one. But hey, New Witch's Apprentice.
New Witch's Apprentice, everybody be hyped.
Yay. Art, though, is getting easier. I don't need to, God, I'm sick. Don't need to plan out my sketches all that much. I can just more or less just dive straight into outlining, so it takes less time. Yeah.
All right. Good answer. Also, I was tempted when I was rewriting this question. I wanted to write down, do you think arting? Just because.
Arting.
But I didn't.
That sounds like X. How do you pronounce it? Exelduatopec?
That's actually, I don't actually know that. But, moving on.
The Pyrophonetic.
Oh, I have no idea how to pronounce that URL, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Person who can probably be summed up in caps, just by saying caps lock.
Caps lock.
There you go. Caps lock in that one GIF.
Like that one. That GIF pisses me off so bad. You know, the Hermione Granger one.
Yeah, the Emma Watson. Yeah.
They use it a lot just to piss me off.
They use it a lot, period.
Yeah.
When I used to follow them, they used it a lot. I don't follow them anymore just because. Caps. It's legit the only reason. I have no idea how you'd even go about pronouncing that URL.
I think it's Exelduatopec. I think.
I don't know. I remember...
Shut up, Jay.
No mercy. Let's see if I remember how to spell it. Roughly. Nope. Okay, I have no idea. I'm never going to find out now.
It's that one dragon language, so who knows?
That one dragon language. Okay. Is it intimidating to look at your own work with increasingly critical and knowledgeable eyes, or is it inspiring to see how far you've come from when you first started out?
It is inspiring to see, really. Like I said, I found that old comic, and yeah, I don't want anyone to see that.
Show me.
No way. It was an old White Rose one.
Show me, I won't link it.
No.
I
Forget
tried.
it. It is inspiring.
What about writing?
Writing. Well, I haven't really written much lately, but I can see
Also
that I've gotten better. And yeah, like I said, don't give up and all that shit.
Yeah. Cheese.
Cheese.
I will say the first 2 chapters of Witch's Apprentice are better than the first 2 chapters of Crimson and Gold.
Obviously,
Just
I'm
like-
older and more experienced.
Old a year. Yeah, that year is like back when I was young when I wrote of Crimson and Gold. Now I just write Witch's Apprentice.
Well, a year made a huge difference for my art. So
Also true. A year is a long time. I don't think that people have grasped that a year is 365 days, 24 hours in a day, and if you dedicate like 4 hours a day to doing stuff, not even 4 hours, just an hour a day, that's 365 hours. It's a lot of time.
true.
So you can improve a lot. Of course, you have technically speaking, 4 things, as I didn't mention before. You're a Pokemon master, apparently. You just kick the shit out of people in Pokemon.
It's so much fun.
I enjoy making small children cry as I defeat them.
My minions.
My
I
minion.
love seeing their tears.
I love seeing their tears. Also, if you go to Haley's art tag, I don't know how far down it is.
Shouldn't be too far.
Rock. Witch's Apprentice, rock. Ah, here we are. You have a photo, and it's just, or you have a drawing, and it's just, I'm assuming it's you, because you don't ever post pictures of yourself, but you with an Arcanine,
Yep.
and it's just you saying you're accepting.
There are
challenges.
pictures of myself, actually.
Not
I
many.
have a face tag.
Not
I
many.
have a face tag.
You have a face tag?
On my face, whatever.
Oh, interesting. Going there just
Don't-
for
No, god damn it.
just for comparison.
My hair isn't
Coffee
purple
mug.
on those.
Wow, you just do your best to cover yourself up as much as humanly possible. Oh, there's a dog. There is the best shot is actually the anonymous that is asking selfie, and then there's why. Yeah, but
Question everything.
I also love the fact that it's literally you just have one of the things that's tagged on there is just a coffee mug, pretty much.
It's my mug.
It is your mug. Right in front of your face.
Well, you can see my eyes, so that's good.
Also true.
I love
you
my
can,
eyes.
I can do 100% confirmation that the eyes are accurate because that's like all that's ever visible. In the, is yeah. Look with your special eyes, my brother. Gotta get to that meme. How do you manage your time?
I don't.
Okay.
I
You get
usually
rid
just
of the dog.
that, yeah. I'm at work until noon and sometimes in the afternoon, depending on where I have to go. I work as a graphic designer, more or less like 20 hours a week, and part-time, even less, at a music store, so I have to get those out of the way. But when I'm free, I just see if I want to draw or write and do it. I don't ever really leave the house, so there's a lot of time.
All right. That's a solid summary. Next one is, if you could work on a story / art piece with any other author / artist, who would it be with and why? One in fandom, one out of fandom. For both categories as well, I should say.
Writers is easy. You know, Hana and Ivory, definitely. Those two.
I said one. I'm making you
only
choose.
one? Only one, then Hana. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Wrecked Ivory. If you're watching this, wrecked.
Outside, well, my favorite writers are all dead. If I could, I would want to write with or work together with H.G. Wells, probably.
Funny enough, Ivory had the exact same problem.
Yeah, they said that.
Well, they're all dead. It's like, all right, that's a bit of a downer.
They're all dead. Yeah. Are we just talking RWBY fandom here, or
RWBY
of the
fandom,
RWBY
yeah.
fandom?
Specifically RWBY fandom for the one in fandom.
Then I think I would want to work together with Possibilist, is a former Glee writer. I think they've been writing for Camilla now, and it's just so amazing. Possibilist fanfiction. You should check them out.
Should.
As for art,
I don't read for shit anymore.
Art. If I could work with someone, it would be Wise Rabbit again. Even though she's been MIA lately. I've worked with Red before. Once.
Yeah, so out of it. Oh, I forgot to say as well, you can't say people that you've already worked with.
Yeah, I know the question.
Yeah, I forgot to say, Haley, there might be some people watching this show that don't know the question. So, you know what? Shut your mouth. Except don't, because this is already scarce enough. This interview is already scarce enough.
Well, I told you. Let's see. Okay. Only one artist in the RWBY fandom, right?
Only one.
Oh God, only one.
The pressure is so on.
Yeah, I'll go with Wise Rabbit.
All right.
Such a hard decision. Oh gosh. Outside, there is. Oh God, dog. Shut it.
Oh God, Dog. Very, very well known for their best-selling trilogy. The Hunger Games.
Outside of the fandom, there is an artist, traditional mostly. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Marlene Freimanis?
Sure.
She goes by Marzi Porn on Tumblr. It is safe for work, despite the name.
Okay. Why would you name it that?
MarziPorn.tumblr.com. She used to draw a lot of zombies. Glee zombies. She was sort of a celebrity in the fandom. Marzi Porn. Do you know what marzipan is?
No.
It's oh God damn it. This one. What's he doing?
I don't know, but I can hear him.
Yeah. He should just sleep. She draws a lot with a pencil and what do you call those even?
Pens?
Nah.
Erasers?
Really.
I don't know.
Is this watercolor? I think so.
Oh, holy shit.
And crayons, definitely.
Went to their art tag. You're a little bitch. Hey.
Her art is so amazing.
Yeah, that's absolutely gorgeous. All right, well. Next question. All right. So I remember jokingly saying I'm going to have you say something in German.
Like, oh no.
I said that jokingly, right? So the next question, this one actually wasn't made by me. I have no idea how we'd even go about this, so I kind of have to have you. I don't even know.
Okay.
I mean, I'm assuming it's German.
You're assuming.
I don't know. I don't know German. I don't speak foreign.
Yeah, it's German. It's German, all right. And you want me to say that?
Yeah.
But the grammar is... Seriously. I was going to say the grammar is off.
You can criticize this person later.
Okay. Grüße aus den Niederlanden. Greetings from the Netherlands.
All right, that was really good.
Hello, neighbor.
I'm glad you said that. So that was the start of this next question. If you had the chance to make a live action film about any RWBY ship, which ship would it be, and what would the plot be? And this is from Minister of Defenstration.
I think I want a live action of Ivory's In the Blood. That would be amazing.
I'm so down. I'm so down for that. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Let's start a Kickstarter, and we're gonna get this to happen. We don't have a director. We don't have a. Well, I mean, we technically speaking, we have a writer. We'll just be like, "Hey, yo, Ivory, make this a script." We have literally nothing, but let's start a Kickstarter anyways. What do you think you're most known for in the fandom? So, taking away like writing and art and stuff, like, what do you think your reputation is in the fandom?
Probably my relationships with other people. I know. All you senpais love me.
All right, that makes sense.
My name shows up a lot.
Yeah, it does. You get referenced a fair amount in interviews.
I know, right? It's great.
People love you.
Makes me, people love
You're not
me.
Hannah, but
Special.
people love you.
Yeah. Everyone loves Hannah.
Everybody loves Hannah.
I'm starting to call her Hannah too.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I just
Hannah.
I just say Hannah because I'm white.
You're American.
I'm an American white, so I'm the worst kind of white. Also, what do you think you're most known for? Probably my relationships with other people. Same. Like, same. You and I are in the same boat with that one. Next question is the last user submitted question, and the third to last question, probably the best question I think that we've ever gotten for this show. So, are you prepared for this?
No.
Why are you a little shit from Red?
I was influenced by others, like Red herself. I was normal before all this. Really, time and timid, whatever.
Timid.
How do you pronounce the word?
Timid is the word. I believe if I'm thinking of the right word, it's timid.
Yeah. I used to be so shy and all that, and I'm just that one.
Yeah.
Timid. It's her fault.
You're a little shit.
I'm just gonna say that. Yep.
I'd like to point out that question came out because I was just talking with Red on Skype about how you were the next interview, and I was just like, Red, you can really like try and just make Haley talk for a question, and she was just like, why are you a little shit? And I'm like, all right, that's going in the questions list. Like, I just knew immediately. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a thing now.
What a fucking loser. It's a thing. She calls me nerd, and she's a loser.
True
Nerd
friendship
loser.
right there.
Yeah, we used to date.
All right. Last two questions, the staples of the show. What is the question you get asked the most?
When are you going to continue writing Witch's Apprentice? Yep, that one.
All right. I believe it.
Yep.
I full-heartedly believe that.
And I can say next week.
Hey, there's a time to... Oh, wait. Is it next
I'm
week
halfway
before
done.
Wednesday?
Possibly. I have some time tomorrow, so...
Okay, I was going to say, if this comes out before Wednesday, then technically it's already out. And you should all go read that. If it's not out, it's coming out sometime soon. Or maybe they come out at the same time. That'd be some crazy shit right there.
I could wait.
You could. You could wait. I don't care that much, though. So, what is the biggest piece of advice you can give aspiring writers/artists? The last question. 31.
Practice.
Talking about practice?
You should go back in my art tag and look at what I've been drawing like half a year ago, was it? I don't know. And compare them. Compare everything to... God damn it. To what I'm drawing now. The difference is huge. Ow, he's biting me.
Going back to page 7.
The difference really
Oh,
is
yeah.
huge.
It's a different style, too.
Yep. It varies a lot. I experiment them a lot.
I don't know.
Yep.
So there's still good stuff in there, but yeah, practice. So in a rare turn of events, there might not even be able to be enough stuff for a story time. But you fucking, how did you manage to make the raw interview time shorter than Dash's?
Well, I did tell you that I don't talk much.
Your dog talks more.
I think my yeah, it does. I was going to say that.
It's like a joke.
Would you like to say
I
something,
still really
Jake?
love though. I still really love when the dog just like shook in the middle of it because I can hear that.
He's
so
looking at
clearly.
me like he's looking at me as if he's gonna bark. So I'm just gonna stuff my hand into his mouth. Okay. Shut the hell up.
But 30. So that's the last one. Out of all 31 questions, if you can believe it.
My wife disappoints me. She was gonna ask about Majisuka.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, in the announcement you mispronounced the URL.
Yeah,
It's
how do you
not
pronounce it?
It's Majisuka.
I'm
Translates
never
to
gonna be able to
seriously.
pronounce that.
Majisuka. Means seriously. Kind of
Majisuka.
slang.
Majisuka? What? I'm never gonna be able.
Majisuka.
Majisuka. No.
Yeah, sorta.
I'm so sorry. It's just like I always
It's
say.
Japanese.
Yeah, it's just. Oh, I was gonna also make you say something in Japanese. Say something in Japanese. Besides mine.
なんで日本語はちょっと難しいだな。
All right.
Japanese is hard.
So, on top of everything else that you do, you also know languages. So
Yes.
you're
a few.
talented as fuck. You don't ever talk though, but you're talented.
That's true.
Anything else you want to add on to it?
Like I
though?
said. Huh?
Anything else you want to add on to it that wasn't covered in the interview? Anything else you want to say?
Not really.
All right. Wow, that was. I'm disappointed.
I'm just
but
doing
not
this
surprised.
to piss you off.
Disappointed but not surprised. You know what? This is gonna be the easiest fucking edit of my life, though. It's just gonna be. I'm literally just gonna listen through it, and then I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay, cool. I don't think that there's anything that I have to cut out.
You're welcome.
What the fuck is story time? Story time is just not gonna be a thing. Well, tune in for story time, which may or may not come out. Oh no, wait. Anybody specifically that you like to reference that will for sure be linked in the description below.
Let's see. Let's start with Red, of course. Shout out to the little shit herself.
I'd like to point out that Red didn't link you. Remember?
Oh yeah. Yeah, don't link her.
So,
Don't link her.
okay, yeah, I was gonna say, do you really want to link Red? I'm here for you, Red.
Shout out to Amanda. Thanks for not asking the question. She sucks.
Who is Amanda?
Amanda Lifeform, or My Heart is Filled with Bees on Tumblr.
My heart.
The letter My Heart is Filled with Bees.
Okay, you're gonna have to give me a link there.
She ships Bumblebee.
Really? Never would have
no
guessed.
shit. Who else? No one really.
Okay. Fuck
I hate
everybody
everyone.
else. All right. I couldn't tell.
I hate everyone.
What about your dog? Do you want to link your dog in the description below, or do you want to get rid of that so I can get to work?
He's currently trying to rip my hand off, so nah. That kind of really hurts. Ow.
I like to point out that the dog was probably a bigger source of entertainment in this interview than you.
Thank you. I try.
You try.
Don't. I do not.
God damn it, Haley. All right. Well, that's going to conclude the most exciting interview that I've ever done. Also, probably might wind up being the shortest interview that I've ever done. Well, raw interview time, it will be the shortest interview that I've ever done. But, yeah, tune in next week when I will have a new episode of Cody Talks Fandom out next episode. I will spoil this. Next episode is going to be a cosplay episode, so everybody keep your eyes out for that. After the cosplay episode is out, I will hold an open poll on my blog for what area do you want to see interviewed next. And by area, I mean there will now be 3 options available, basically: writers, artists, cosplayers. I have somebody in mind for all 3. I actually have a yes for one of the categories. I won't tell you which one that is, but That poll will be open for pretty much the whole day. I will link it in the description of the video, and yeah, so vote there because I'm open to whatever, but vote there. And otherwise, however, I will see all of you the next time. Bully.